All right. Hey, guys, thanks for taking a look at our case study here. This is where we take one of our clients we've really hit it out of the park for, and we kind of do a brief interview and kind of get their perspective of what it was like to work with us at Tech Hire Pros, what kinds of things our team did for them. And so today I've got Jake Wilson with Prices Guaranteed Doors in Salt Lake, and he was in a pickle, was in a position where he needed to hire a bunch of guys kind of quick. And we have a different process. And I'm going to let him kind of talk about that. And I'm going to let him introduce his company. But I just want to briefly set the stage for what this Zoom link is about. So Jake, thanks a ton for joining us. I'm going to let you just talk a little bit about your company, kind of do a brief intro about where you're at and what markets you serve, and just kind of go with that.
Sure. Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate you having me on, and more importantly, I appreciate all the help you guys have done for us. So we're garage door and entry door installers. So we're in the construction field, predominantly here in Utah. We sneak up into Boise, Idaho a little bit as well. And out here in Utah, COVID, pretty much like everywhere else in the country, construction was just a boom. The employees who didn't want to work weren't working. The good guys already had jobs and weren't looking.
Right.
So that's kind of where we reached out and tried to find a way that we could capture the good employees who already had jobs, who weren't necessarily looking consciously, I guess I could say.
Right. No, cool. Hey, thanks. And thanks for highlighting that. There's a statistics that's flying around that 70% of job board lurkers, and I think this number was actually put out by Indeed. They're passively just looking and browsing, and we're looking for people that are qualified individuals that might be looking for a career change, and that's a lot better employees. So thanks for highlighting that, Jake. I appreciate it.
Our best hire prior to reaching out with you guys was an emergency room technician in Mississippi. And so never would work construction before, just fit well with our company. Those are the kind of people we were looking to target. Somebody who was skilled, hardworking, that could fit our culture, but somebody that maybe didn't have any experience that we could train and develop, that probably never would have considered us otherwise.
Well, that is awesome. And that's what we try and hit that kind of strike zone every time. Because that's what makes a culture fit, is somebody who's, qualified in a lot more ways than just what their job history or their work experience has been. Well, cool. Man, thanks for that introduction. And, where did you, let's start at the beginning. Where did you hear about us, or how did we come in contact with each other?
Sure. Yeah. Actually, I think it was on the curl machine at the gym.
Right.
One of my buddies has used you guys in the past. He's in the pest control industry, so he's looking to hire kind of continually throughout the country. We were just kind of small talk, telling him our struggles, finding good guys, and he made the connection. He recommended us, and the rest was kind of history.
Oh, right on. And he is. He's Ryan. He is a great, he's been with us for like 3 years. We've been working together with him on some level for a long time. He's been a terrific client and a friend and connection there. Well, great. So tell us a little bit about your hiring struggles, and we kind of hit on your best hire. That's pretty cool. Let's just kind of talk about where you were at with hiring. What were the resources you were using at the time, before working with us? Where did you guys get your employees?
Sure.
And kind of how did that work?
Well, a little background on me. Before I got into construction, I was actually a PHR for a ski resort company. So we specialize in recruiting and staffing 2,000 employees every season. So I'm not new, recruiting is not necessarily new to me, but
Right.
we're still having struggles. We're still having problems just finding good cultural fit. So, Nucor's hiring strategy is, if we want farmers to work for us, we've got to go attract and recruit farmers. And obviously, Nucor is a steel company. They're not farmers. They're just looking for hardworking people that fit their culture. And that's kind of where we are. Our culture is set up where we want to reward hardworking individuals. We'll overpay them, we'll overwork them, and hopefully it's a win-win, right? We get what we're looking for, they get what they're looking for. They're not going to go anywhere else. Our problem was those hardworking individuals had good jobs. And so how do I go out and attract those people to maybe do a career change or move into construction, which is a difficult market to recruit for, especially in today's economy where it was so overpopulated and oversaturated with other companies and competition. That was our issue. We could go out and we could target by other forms of advertising specifically to people looking for construction jobs. Our problem is we didn't want people in construction applying for our jobs. We wanted people in different fields and different industries. Our philosophy, if you will, was there's two kinds of people in our industry. There's people who have no other alternatives and have to work construction. And then there are people who choose to work construction because it's a good opportunity, good quality of life. They enjoy working with their hands. Those were the people we were trying to target. And most of those individuals didn't even know that that's what they were looking for.
Man, that is awesome. And I do remember that early on talking with you where we were looking for people that like construction, want to be there. This is their career choice.
Sure.
And that's a different team member, right? Than just someone who, like, this is by default, this is what I do. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Really good. And how are you finding those people in the past? Was it Indeed or some of the job boards or?
Here in Utah, they've got a newspaper job board, and that's kind of where we've been recruiting. We typically didn't target Indeed or some of those other forums. We tried radio advertising, Facebook, not multi-level marketing, but social media, just on our own. It's just, that's not who we are. And so we'd spend so much more time, effort, and energy, and we weren't getting the results we wanted. And so when we found out that there was an alternative that somebody could do that for us, it allowed us to focus on what we do best.
Right on. I love that. Actually, thank you for hitting that because, we're trying to package ourselves that way. And we take work off your plate and we do all of the nurture, all the follow-up and everything we can to just provide you with the people that are going to be a good fit and really minimize your time expenditure on it. So how many people were you looking for? I think we're rewinding just barely a month ago now. How many people were you looking for and positions you needed to fill?
Well, in all reality, I think in our industry specifically, just the fear of the difficulty of recruiting probably set our numbers a little bit lower. I think when we started, we said we were kind of looking for about 3 or 4 guys. Mm-hmm. It's been a month. We've hired 7 guys. And in all reality, it kind of became the point where we were getting such good candidates. Why would we not bring them on? We know that in our industry in general, there's going to be a turnover. So if we can facilitate and plan for that turnover ratio, plus what it did was it put pressure on our current active employees as well to step up their game because they started seeing the competition coming in. And our biggest fear is, as an employer, is being held hostage by our employees because there's just nobody else out there to replace them with. And now it's kind of given our guys and our managers specifically the confidence to know that, hey, if I've got a poor performer or an attitude problem or something like that, we can just get rid of them today because we know we've got the means and the resources to replace them in a timely manner.
Right. That's awesome. And I never want people to feel like we're coming in and trying to squeeze them out. But from a business owner perspective, I mean, that's awesome to feel like you now have a pool that you can draw from. And if we need to step up that level, increase that level of quality standard in our workplace, this provides that opportunity. Well, cool. And also even going forward, because I think we've kind of pulled it back because we overwhelmed your hiring manager pretty quick. So we kind of pulled back some of our marketing And he
Sure.
felt like, well, even for the next two hires, one or two hires, he's like, I've already got a pool to draw from. And that's what's great in the current hiring environment is, we've actually got people that are in the pool, in the database that we can reach out to when the time's right. All right, cool. So maybe let's talk if we can. And I know you were really busy for a lot of it, but what did my company, what did our team come in and do for you guys? Kind of what were some of the nuts and bolts or the first steps when we came over?
Sure. So first and foremost, we got together just to strategize. And I thought what you guys did well is you wanted to understand our company and our needs. By being able to identify who we are and what we do and what we look for, you were able to tailor that hiring process around what was best going to fit our company. I think an inorganic thing that came out of this was with unemployment being so low, you've got people who don't necessarily want to work applying for jobs. And so by working with you guys, that kind of funneled those people away because they weren't necessarily looking for employment in that way, if that makes sense. And so just by funneling those people out, you talked about being overwhelmed. Well, normally we get 5 applicants. We'd reach out to all 5. Maybe we could get 2 in for an interview. Our problem was you gave us 5 applicants and 4 of them wanted to come in for an interview. And so now all of a sudden we're trying to react to so many different quality candidates that it just, we were honestly, we were pleasantly surprised. I know I just took my hat off, but you can cut that out. But we were pleasantly surprised by the results that we were able to get.
That's cool. That's so cool. And we were too. We really liked how that campaign worked out. So, and this is totally loaded questions. I'm totally steering it, but did we dump a lot of the needs for digital assets on you? Did we tell you, hey, get us these interview or videos and get us these photos, or did we make that easier on you? How did that work for you?
What was nice about the video content portion of it was it was all kind of guided. And what we learned very quickly is some people do better in that circumstance than others. And we appreciated the fact that when something necessarily wasn't right, you guys reached back out to us and said, hey, let's tweak this, let's do this, let's reevaluate how we're doing this. Because at the end of the day, it's not necessarily about putting our faces and images on the company. It's about representing and marketing our company correctly.
Right.
When you guys came out and walked us through it and guided us through it, realistically, I think you were only here a couple hours. Mm-hmm. And as the business owner, I was only kind of pulled in maybe 15 minutes of that 2-hour process. So from my perspective, it was real easy. It was hands off. You guys handled it all. Being able to get video footage of the applicants as they applied and answered the questions saved us time. Right. From actually taking time out of our day, because my hiring manager, you talk about being overwhelmed. He's watching those videos at 10, 11 o'clock at night on his couch instead of trying to find time throughout his busy day to sit down and meet with people on their own time schedules. So that was huge for us. We really appreciated it, and it got us the results we needed.
That's cool. Thank you. And most of the people watching this, I haven't even hit on our video interview process, but man, that makes things so much easier.
Surprise.
What's that?
I said surprise.
Surprise. There we go. Right. But that is something I want to talk about with everyone, because I don't know any other guys that are doing that. Cool. Well, we've kind of come full circle, because we started with the recruiting. We filled those slots that were needed. I think we're still working through one more hire. And then you're going to be in a place where you're like, hey, we got our team and we can go forward. And then when the time comes, whether your company's going to grow or, somebody moves on from your team, we can just flip the switch, right? We can just get this going. real easy. With a phone call in about an hour's time, we can start the recruiting up and we can just kind of get that going. So, Jake, it's been a ton of fun working with you. I've really enjoyed our relationship, and I look forward to working with you in the future. So
absolutely, no, we're excited, and like you hit it right on the nail's head, right on the head of the nail. You hit it out of the ballpark. Just knowing that we can flip this back on and it's ready to go, and maybe a tweak here or there is all we need to do, saves me countless time trying to reevaluate job descriptions and compensation and post online and where are we posting and when are we posting. It just takes that guessing work out of us, and it's just really nice that we can just take care of it by, or you guys can take care of it for us.
That's right.
And it's been a pleasure working with you guys. It's been a pleasure, even more so what you've been able to do for our company. And we look forward to working with you guys for years to come.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate that, Jake. I know you're busy. I know you need to get back to work. Thanks a ton for taking a spot out of your day to talk with me about this. And we're going to be talking soon.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jake. We'll talk to you later, man.